So always follow that voice in your heart, because this is what children have in their hearts, is that voice, that inspiration, that creativity. So this is why children will bring peace to all of humanity. And not only that, children will bring abundance and harmony between all of us, all of humanity, and all of creation. And this is what children have in their hearts. And so let me tell you the story of how I've got to experience that vision, and how it came to me through a sweat lodge in 2023, and that now we are bringing together all the children from around the world to come together and share their dreams of a better humanity, of a better earth with us, so that we can help them be the leaders of tomorrow today, and create that world where we all live in harmony with each other and all of creation, and where we live in abundance, that we call the new earth. And this came from dreams of children. And so for myself, as a child, I was always shy, and I was always a dreamer. I had my head in the clouds. I had visions of a better earth, and it got me to be quite different from the other kids in school. And just because I was different, I was letting people bully me and treat me like I was inferior to them. And I was a small kid as well. I had big kids push me around, and that was quite unfortunate, because it kept going until high school, where I was still a small child. Letting even my friends bully me in the school bus just to impress the bigger kids. And then when the bigger kids would leave the bus, then my friends would become my friends again. And I let that happen, and I let myself be the worst bully in my life. I realized that later, like when I got to 30 years old, this is when I decided to stop letting people hurt me, and letting myself stop hurting myself by telling me, like, I was the worst bully. I told myself I was worth nothing, I was a failure. I was a firefighter full-time at the time for 8 years, and through a series of traumatic calls that we had, and just letting people at the station bully me, and being the worst bully to myself, well, I didn't sleep anymore, and I wanted to end my life. And this is when a voice in my heart told me it was not over for me. I had a purpose, and I had to go find it. And this is why we meet today, because I went on a massive journey to find my purpose, from going to law school. Boo Boo wants to go back to Kidzama. Okay, let's go back this way. So I went on this massive journey to find my purpose, through going to law school full time, and then discovering entrepreneurship, became an investor, social entrepreneur. I got to a point where I let my ego and my pride drive me, because finally I was successful, and I was like, I wanted people to look at me and be proud of who I had become, because I'd never been proud of myself. And that's when like all was leading me was greed, ego, pride, and I went bankrupt at that time. I just wanted to buy more properties, buy more startups, buy more franchises, buy more of everything that I didn't really need. And so at this point, I went bankrupt. I lost everything I had. But this is when I connected with Mother Earth, and I was praying at the creek, and I opened my eyes. I saw trash. Okay, Boo Boo's gonna go in, yeah. Let's just pause this for a second. Power of editing. Click. Here we go. Boo Boo's back at Kidzama, and Auntie Andrea's going to watch her for just 5 minutes while I tell you the rest of this story. And so and so when I saw that trash in the creek, the voice in my heart, so always follow that voice in your heart, because this is what children have in their hearts, is that voice, that inspiration, that creativity, that wisdom that comes from up there, from like whatever you believe in. I believe in God, I believe in love, I believe in the Great Spirit, I believe in Allah, I believe in like all this energy that's around us and within us that we can use to create and elevate humanity. And this is what the children have in their hearts. And this, like, I've given speeches in schools, I've talked to a lot of children from a young age in little classrooms to kids in universities. I've spoken in front of companies like PepsiCo, to the people there, and like everybody's got still that child voice in their heart, so we need to keep that. And so that voice in my heart told me, you have a purpose and you have to go find it. And this is what saved my life, because on that day when I was about to take my life, that voice in my heart, that you may call an angel or God or just my inner spirit, told me, like, keep going. You have something to accomplish in this world. There's a reason why you're here today. There's a reason why you've been through this suffering yourself, so that you can inspire others. And this led me on a massive journey to cleaning creeks and forests and beaches and rivers for 2 years, going 5, 6, 7 times a week, around the Greater Toronto area and picking up trash and litter, because when I did it the first time, it felt good in my heart. And then when I brought the bag of trash that I just picked up and cleaned the creek to the park, somebody saw me and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just bringing trash that I picked up in the forest to the trash in the park." And he says, "This is so inspiring. I'd love to go do it too." And this is when the Planet Karma movement was born. For 2 years, I recorded those videos because I realized the power of my actions. Not just talking about pollution on social media, but it's about doing something about it. When we do something about it and act our heart's guidance, then we can inspire others. And this is what I did for over 2 years. I had people from around the world, Russia, Germany, UK, China, Canada, USA, send me pictures and videos and messages about that I inspired them, and now they did the same. And that was beautiful. I did collaborations with other people. I've a lot. We did a lot together, and it's amazing. And now with Catherine, that I did a collaboration at the time. Now we just started the New Earth podcast together. So this is so cool, and we just recorded the pilot episode yesterday. So that's going to be on our new channel, the New Earth podcast, on the New Earth collaboration. And so then I moved on. I went canoe camping in northern Quebec with my family, and then when we drove through a First Nation village called the Reserve, which I don't really like the name. I saw on the board there was 2 young women, their posters, their face, and it's like they're missing. And it put something profound in my heart that this is not okay. Like why is there so many missing and like they call them missing and murdered Indigenous women in Canada? And I'd remembered I'd stopped for a long time then watching the news, but I'd remember seeing in the news like many years before. And now over the canoe camping trip, it just got messages in my heart like I need to do something about it. And I remember coming back from the trip, calling the chief at the village there and saying, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I want to do something about it. And he kind of said like, well, okay. So he gave me the okay. And just 2 days later, I was hopping on my bicycle, my old mountain bike, and I spent 2 years to go across the country, which led me to connect with so many people, so many beautiful people in villages that I met, in communities, in cities, people that supported this trip that I was taking to deliver a message of peace, love, and harmony. And then I started wearing the Every Child Matter colors and supporting that movement as well. So it got me, I made a lot of friends with First Nation communities, and I was heading eventually to Yukon, because like the more I would go forward, at first I thought, hey, I'll make this trip in like 2 months, 3 months. That was before winter. Even though like when people go across Canada on a bike, apparently they go from Vancouver towards like the East Coast, because then you get the wind in your back the whole time. Well, instead of doing that with like a pro bicycle for road, I had my old mountain bike, a trailer with like over 100 pounds of stuff that I was pulling in the back. But I had my legs, I had my heart, and I only had $18 in my bank account at that time. But that voice told me to go, so I did. And like amazing how things like happened from that. I made so many friends on my journey. I met so many amazing people. I became part of the native tradition, and I even found out that my great-great-great-grandmother was Algonquin from Lake Témiscamingue in Quebec. So I learned to introduce myself through ceremonies, talking about my ancestors, my clan, my spirit name. I made a lot of friends, appeared in the news a few times for the message I was delivering, and give me a chance to share it. And that was beautiful. And then during that journey, so I was heading to Yukon, and then from Yukon, and then this all came during the journey, because I had no idea what I was doing, right? Like I told you, I just decided to go 2 days later. I had no preparation, no idea. I knew I had my legs, my heart, and my old bicycle. And then it started. And people like gave me a few stuff that I needed along the way. And I was, even though I had $18, I got so welcome in people's homes, on their couch, to camp in their yard. Not the first night. First night I had no idea how it was going to happen. I ended up like at like 11 p.m. or later, like camping in a parking lot of I saw like a Christian preschool, and I'm like, well, God, if you put this in my heart that I needed to do it, you're going to help me right now. And it was in the middle of nowhere. I was covered in mosquito that night, and but then from the next day on, I met amazing people, and then my journey just took off, and like everything was like one step ahead. Even though I didn't know if I would eat in the evening or where I was going, I just kept going west. Followed the birds that I would see on my journey, let them guide me, and amazing things happened from that. Just like going to the first sweat lodge, where I had that vision, where I saw the children, the men through all of humanity. Like the medicine wheel, the 4 colors of creation. So the men from all around the world had been fighting for generations and generations and thousands of years, and it led to I saw, like, sadly, and in that sweat lodge, I saw the kids that had been murdered from the wars between men, the babies, and it made me profoundly cry. And I remember the people around me crying in the sweat lodge while I was receiving that vision, and it's at that time that I felt all this golden energy surround me. And all the love coming from my heart spread. And then I heard the cries in the sweat lodge around me, because we were having a ceremony for the lost children from residential school. And suddenly the cries went out. And then the 4 men from creation, they came together. And they made a circle around the love that I was sharing. And they shook hands. And they decided that to give away their desire for control and power that they had for all of humanity. Men decided to give that away. And release it, and now give leadership of Mother Earth to, or the new Earth, now that I realize it, to the children from around the world. So there's a big circle of children from around the world holding hands together, and they were going to be the leaders of the world of tomorrow today. And behind each child was standing their mother, and they were holding hands as a circle as well. And then I saw the great eagle fly in the sky over all of us and smile, and then creation was complete. And I had no idea that was my first sweat lodge. I remember on my birthday in 2021, I believe, I asked the elder that had invited me in the sweat lodge with the chiefs and the other elders during this first ceremony I was part of, what it meant, what that vision meant. And she kind of smiled, and she said, and she's famous for her laugh, and she said, when you're ready, you'll know. And I feel that today I am ready, because all this vision is coming together. All the vision I had while I did a fasting ceremony or a vision quest a year or 2 later on top of Thunder Mountain, I had visions. I traveled. When my spirit left my body, I traveled from the top of the cliff overlooking the forest and the lake where I was standing. I was carried to travel in the whole universe. And then that's where the Creator, God, showed me. Because I was fasting with the intention of bringing peace between all nations, and for people to live in harmony with all of creation. And God showed me everything that had to be done to achieve it. And I remember, like, it felt so overwhelming. There was so much to do. I came back to my body, and I was ready to be sick and just pass out, because I was overwhelmed. And this is when a few hours later, our Creator sent me a hawk that landed on the hawk or falcon, I'm not sure, on top of the tree that was just standing on the edge of the cliff. And then the bird told me that there was a lot of people out there that had the same vision in their heart, that had part of that vision, and they were all going to come together with me, with us, with you here watching, so that we can make the world, change the world, where we all live in abundance and harmony with each other in all of creation. And we do that to the children. So lately, this old 2 visions, like years later, have come all together, because I forgot a lot of what I had seen in those visions, because it was so much. And now it's all piecing together, where we created the New Earth Children's Foundation. And to fund it, we created the New Earth Collaboration, where it's like the mother of social enterprises that will be building the New Earth. Like New Earth Eco Fashion, New Earth Entertainment, New Earth Eco Development, where we build eco villages. New Earth Fund, where we're going to create a new economy and be able to provide the currency necessary for all those people, all those projects, all the dreams of the children that we have with the Children's Foundation. We ask them to share their dreams and their vision. And one of them, on a roundtable of children that our friends from the New Earth Roundtable have created, one of their main dreams was to feed the world. And so we decided to start with that as a project, bring the feeding of the whole world to our friend's orphanage in Uganda, where he has over 200 children that he's taking care of, and his story is amazing. How he was an orphan when he was a kid, because his parents passed away from like the AIDS epidemic in Uganda. And now all those children he brought together so that he can educate them, love them, give them like the resources that they need. And it's beautiful what they've built. They've partnered with a doctor that's a friend of my wife who decided to build a clinic there. Now they take care of the elders as well. And so this is where we'll have the first project where we build permaculture gardens with the children. So we teach the children, we help the children build it. It'll be child-led and with the approval of the elders of the village. And this is where we'll build. And from that seed that we planted, from the dream of a child of feeding the world, now we bring all the children around the world to work together on solving this crisis, the famine crisis in humanity. And now all the children of the world are friends. And when their parents of that child see that their kid's friend, who's technically their moral enemy, because like they're from another religion or another country that's fighting right now, when they see that the parents of their child's friend is not that bad after all, and they become friends, this is how we bring peace between all of humanity through the children. And this is where we are at today. We just created this week the New Earth Collaboration Circle, because we've been doing roundtables for the New Earth Children's Foundation. It's been amazing. We have a New Earth Master Heart as well, where we really connect with the heart, and rather than connecting with our minds, we connect with our heart because we listen to our hearts. And now we want to bring everybody around the world, the light workers, the purpose-driven entrepreneurs, the visionaries, the change makers, the artists, the creatives, all bring them together to support the children and their dreams, and to also elevate each other, because in the New Earth there is no more competition, there is only collaboration. And this, my friends, is where we're at today, at a place where we all collaborate with each other, we all uplift each other. And this is why we created the New Earth Collaboration Circle, so that we can meet. This is like the most amazing, like you call it networking, but it's more of a community where all of us come together to support the dreams of the children, to support each other, to elevate each other, to collaborate with each other, to make the world a better place where we all live in abundance, harmony with each other, and all of creation. And this is the New Earth. And this is what we're building now. This is what we're created the podcast for. This is why I'm sharing this message with you today, because it is time. Humanity was not ready last week maybe, for all of this that is coming, but it is ready now. And it is our job as light workers, as the people, the angels that have been placed here on this planet to lead humanity into this new earth, to be there and just be the light that the people in the dark are seeking. So my friend, I'll see you there. I'll put the link. I'll share with you how you can join the New Earth Collaboration Circle. We're looking for our founding members right now as we grow. And we have some amazing people that have joined already, and people from our roundtable, New Earth Children's Foundation roundtable, are coming together, and we want you there as well. So we'll see you on the other side of that table.